I think it really goes back to the beginning. When we're talking about fighting for our civil rights,
Asian Americans must be more vocal, visible, and take stands on crucial issues. Hopefully, Asians will side with the most dispossessed, oppressed, and marginalized, remembering our own history. We Asians need to reshape our image from the rather quiet, ambiguous, accommodating, uncomplaining, palatable people to a more resolute, sensitive advocate for human worth, human rights, and human dignity.
Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate? You should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you?
Do know black people have been beating up Asians for years, right?
China, it's normal to act racist towards black people. The difference is Asian people don't usually confront people and announce their views and opinions out loud like a lot of racist whites would, so it's not as well known.
People are protesting for Black lives, but now they're using this as an excuse to target the Chinese community.
Around the late 60s and into the 80s, the model minority stereotype emerged and was even used by President Ronald Reagan.
He wanted to defund social welfare programs. He wanted to dismantle affirmative action. And so what was really convenient for him to use at that time was the model minority stereotype, which is the stereotype that because Asian Americans have a strong work ethic or good family values,
that they are somehow better. That harmful rhetoric helps fuel divisiveness today and did in the following cases. As you move further up America's timeline, though, Mabute Lui says Black and Asian communities often found themselves in interconnected struggles.
The white supremacy is trying to put two cultures against one another. And although there is history within the two cultures, that's something that we can move forward with and make sure that we know that we're sharing the same ground and see what the dialogue can be between the two of us.
No justice, no peace, no racism, no peace.
It's important not to lose the message. I'm talking about black queens and kings. The fact that we're not going to stand behind them, we're not going to stand ahead of them, we're going to stand right next to them. Woo! To my Asian brothers and sisters out here, please stand with me next to my black queens and kings, and let's make this change.
We call Solidarity to let you guys know that we see what's happening because some of you guys, if not all you guys, saw what's been happening to us since day one. And I want to make sure that you know that we are on your side at all times.
Classic examples of groups of color working in solidarity were the student-led strikes in the late 60s to demand ethnic studies programs in colleges.
You know, we had the Third World Liberation Front really fight for ethnic studies. So the ivory tower didn't hand you Asian American studies. It didn't hand me Pan-African studies, Black studies. It was our people who, in alliance with one another, fought for it and birthed it.